reports for you London boxing news from the capital city here in the West End of London at a private screening for the Pyramid Text. Here with me now is lead actor James Cosmo. James, how are you, sir?
I'm very well, thank you. Glad you could have come to the show, the screening today. It's brilliant.
Absolutely unbelievable performance that left, as we were just saying there, both men and women in quite an emotional state after that film. Very deep and meaningful performance.
Yeah.
James, how do you prepare for something like that?
You know, I don't think you can. We shot it chronologically, which means, you know, we start at the start and we end at the end. And that helps because there's always a journey through, and being a one-man film, talking about this old trainer's life and his experience and his loss. I read, you know, when I read the script the first time, I couldn't read. I only got to a third of the way through and I couldn't read it anymore. I was too upset. Then I tried again, I got a bit further. Then the third time I finished it, I thought, I have to do this. I really, really have to do this. Excuse me. Because there's not many. I have never had the opportunity to be in something like this. Because you know, so much television, so much film that we watch is drivel. It's just entertainment. It's just noise and bangs and sex and music and whatever else. But sometimes you come across something that is actually about life and has a message, a true message. And that's why I felt bound to do it. And I just trusted the writer, Jeff Thompson. I read that wonderful script and I just knew that character. I knew his journey, you know?
James, have you been in or around or involved in boxing at all? Because we obviously have, and you seem to speak from the heart there. I know you're a very, very talented actor, but you almost seem to speak from knowledge.
Yeah, I boxed as a schoolboy at school, and my son's a very talented amateur boxer. He was in the show, but yeah, since I first came down to London, I was a regular at York Hall. You know, it's like the home of boxing. You know, I just love it there. You know, I love the crowd and I love the atmosphere. And yeah, I've been going there off and on for nearly 40 years. You know, so it's a big part of my life.
I was just speaking to writer Jeff Thompson a short while ago, who actually expressed a desire to do a screening at York Hall, which is.
I would love that. I would love that.
I couldn't think of a more apt place. Just asking my opinion of how to think it would be perceived there, and as you're fully aware, that is the mecca of boxing. Whether you're from North Midlands or
absolutely,
the atmosphere is incredible, and I think that would be a real draw for the film.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting. You know that we were just saying there that when people come out of this screening, a lot of men were affected by it deeply, you know. And funnily, I was talking to Barry McGuigan, who really, really enjoyed it and was very moved by it. And it's interesting to do something about very tough men, but the truth that is there at the very centre of them, you know, and to display that. That's what I loved about it, you know, because we all put on this facade of toughness and all that sort of stuff, but you know, at the heart we're all human beings, we're all scared.
There's can't talk too much about the plot, but there's a scene in it where you wrap your hands, James.
Yeah.
And that grabbed me.
Yeah.
Because the detail, the angles of filming, the look on your face, it was just absolutely incredible. And to be quite honest, I'm not saying this because I'm sitting here with you. I've never seen that done in a film.
Really, that's wonderful.
It's never been portrayed like that.
Thank you so much.
That is almost an achievement in itself. Would you agree, James? You know, the
Yeah, we wanted the whole thing to be based in a real deep reality, you know, of this wonderful sport that we all love, this wonderful, dreadful sport that we love, where men step over that top rope, you know, and it's just you and him, you know, and nobody knows what will happen. You know, I believe that boxing is the greatest theatre there is.
Most definitely.
And I remember I was watching my son. They were weighing in at Woking Boxing Club, and they're all standing there in the jogging shorts, getting weighed in by the trainer. And I, looked at all these young men, these incredibly fit young men, and I thought, you know what, that could be on a frieze of a Greek urn. For centuries, young men have tested themselves against other young men. It's a continuing story, and it's beautiful, and it's dreadful, and it's scary, and I love it.
The emotional side of your performance, James, you're obviously telling a tale that's deep rooted to your character.
Yeah.
Did that come naturally, those emotional scenes?
I think, as I said, we shot it chronologically, so I knew that at a certain point things were going to get very intense. But in a way, you have to trust yourself as an actor that if these emotions are genuine, they're not. There's no tear sticks or whatever. The art of acting is about finding that real emotion within yourself, and I just hope that real emotion I would find, and hopefully I did. But you just you see it coming down the pike, and you think, oh, it's going to get a bit hairy now, but you just got to trust yourself and go for it.
Most definitely, James, and to be honest with you, I think that will be the success of this film. There was no it's nice to see almost one shot of a man talking about our beloved sport, what goes in it. Granted, there's a tale inside that, but it is absolutely incredible and refreshing for the game, and I really hope that the film does as well as it deserves to in 2015.
Thank you so much, and thank you for coming.
A pleasure, James Cosmo, and thank you for your time, sir.
My pleasure.